Holy One, our Maker, and Spirit of justice and mercy, love and community, thank you for your generous gift of life and the opportunity we have been set to serve all the wide and glorious diversity of the people of our borough of Merton. We thank you for the past year and for what lies ahead for us in 2019-2020. Give special thanks for the talents of Councillor Mary Curtin and as she hands on to Councillor Janice Howard. We hold them both in our prayers with thanks and anticipation. Help us all to act with character and conviction. Help us to listen with understanding and goodwill. Help us to speak with charity and restraint. Give us a right spirit of service. Remind us that we are not only leaders but also servants, that we are stewards of your authority, serving the common good of all. Guide us to be the leaders your people need. Help us to see the humanity and dignity of those who disagree with us and to treat all persons, no matter how weak or poor or however different to us, with the reverence all your creation deserves. And finally, renew us with the strength of your presence and the joy of helping to delight in and to build a community worthy of the human person and your calling. We seek this confidence in your goodness and love. This we pray this night in the name of all that we hold sacred and holy, all that we hold good and right and true. Amen.
Please be seated. Do we have any apologies for absence? Does any member present have an interest to declare? Please note that the meeting is being filmed and may be published on the House's website. Therefore, by entering the chamber and sitting anywhere except in the appropriate seats in the public gallery, you are consenting to being filmed and to the possible use of those images and sound recordings for publication. If you require further information, please speak to a member of the council staff after the meeting. Thank you. I call for nominations for the position of Mayor of Merton for the municipal year 2019-2020.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It is with great pleasure that in my first mayor making as leader of the Conservative group, I have the privilege of nominating our Conservative colleague, Wimbledon Park Councillor Janice Howard, as first citizen and Mayor of London for the London Borough of Merton for the year 2019-20. A deserved honour and recognition of the contribution to Merton residents, the council and wider civic society. We in the Conservative group have experienced firsthand the hard work, energy and diligence that she brings to the role of councillor, skills that will contribute greatly to a successful mayoralty. Madam Mayor, Councillor Howard was elected to Merton Council in 2010, where she has pursued her passionate agenda of promoting healthy lifestyles to improve the lives of residents. Madam Mayor, it is with this passion that during the coming year, Councillor Howard will, as Mayor, deliver her messages on how a few simple lifestyle changes can really impact positively on everyone's quality of life. Among Councillor Howard's many achievements is the pride that she has taken in promoting, alongside Councillor Kirby and others from the Cultural Advisory Group, the very successful and highly regarded Film Merton. It is this combination of cultural and healthy living that underpins an improved lifestyle for residents and is why Councillor Howard is its champion. During her long career in corporate conference and events management, Councillor Howard also successfully studied for and achieved with distinction a master's degree in operations management. Study that was undertaken as a working mum demonstrating her drive and determination. And it is these strong personal and organisational characteristics that will help raise the profile of Councillor Howard's chosen charities. Madam Mayor, Councillor Howard is a much valued member of the Conservative group, and as we wish her every success, we also want her to know that we, as will all Merton councillors, be there in support. I now nominate, and I urge this council to then elect Councillor Janice Howard as Mayor of the London Borough of Merton for the municipal year 2019 to 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Is that nomination seconded?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I'm very happy to second the nomination of Councillor Janice Howard to be our first citizen. Janice was first elected in May 2010. That was the year I was elected. Janice was in opposition. I went on to be leader of the council. Now, Janice settled nicely into her role on the exciting licensing committee. The 2010 administration was an overall controlled Labour-led administration, and we gave the mayoralty to the Conservatives as an agreement with the independents. Janice was pleased with that. A result that she thought was something to work on, as I knew that she was keen to be mayor. But there was to be no room in the parlour for Janice, as Una, Gilly, David and finally Kirsty were selected by Conservative colleagues to the honour to be the first citizens of this great borough from 2010 through to 2014. Both Janice and I were both re-elected again in 2014. This time, sadly for Janice, it was a Labour administration with a majority. So Janice settled again very nicely into the committee structure, but this time to the elevated position of Vice Chair on the Standards and General Purposes Committee. It was about this time that Janice approached me, very, very nicely I must say, to see if the Labour group would, could, may think of her as a future mayor. Not this year, of course, she would always say, but a future year perhaps, Stephen. I registered the request, but alas for Janice, the Labour group selected and the council elected Agatha, David, Brenda and Marcy between 2014 and 2018. Janice was now really looking forward to the 2018 elections, and again she was elected, and so was I, along with another Labour majority. Janice was now elevated to the shadow spokesperson for culture, and used her more senior role to press me for any support on the Labour group agreeing to her nomination for mayor. All as the group went for Councillor Mary Curtin, as we all know. Now, at last year's annual council meeting for Mary, I looked across the chamber and nodded to Janice. There may be some movement, Janice, I said. And so, ladies and gentlemen, after a few years of Janice badgering me, labouring the points, asking me, keeping on about, making an issue, we are where we are, and Janice is heading for the mayor's parlour. Seriously though, it has been a real pleasure for this Labour group in supporting Janice this year, because we on this side have huge respect for her. No regrets now, Janice. It is too late to change your mind, and you know you won't have much in the way of free time. Now, I understand there'll be no more visits to your brother in Britain and France. Is that right? I understand no more watching Midsummer Night's Murders, which is your favourite programme. Is that right? The Mayor's Parlour will be an achiever and will merit from a councillor who, as the Leader of the Opposition said, has a master's degree in operations management. And again, as the Leader of the Opposition said, a career in conferencing and events organising. And I just looked to Carl and to Sandra to say you have someone who will be very, very adept, helping you set in stone all the events. And so from this side of the chamber, we wish Janice and her husband Andrew and the charities a wonderful and fruitful year. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Anna Briggs. Are there any other nominations? Councillor Janice Howard will now leave the chamber to put on the mayor's robes. Would anyone else like to speak to the nomination?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And I'm indeed delighted to stand here and support the nomination for our new Mayor, Councillor Janice Howard, who's a fellow ward member of Wimbledon Park. Councillor Egreton, along with our former ward councillors, Tarek Ahmad, now Lord Ahmad and Morden, and Linda Taylor, join me in congratulating and appreciating her nomination. And it is indeed pleasing that Councillor Howard follows a good cross-party tradition for our ward, as she also follows not just myself as a fellow Conservative mayor in 2010, but also the late Councillor Joyce Payton, who was a previous Labour mayor in around the 2000s. She's a popular quite across the chamber and in our community, and many have expressed their delight to me when her nomination was announced. Madam Mayor, Councillor Howard has been a very hard-working and diligent ward councillor who's provided excellent support and service to our constituents, the local community and to the wider borough. And I'd also like to pay tribute to her consort here tonight, Councillor Andrew Howard, and their children, Ben and Bella, who've grown up with our boys, and I know, and as Councillor Macaulay and Councillor Briley, also here, I can attest from our sessions exercising in the David Lloyd, she'll bring added vigour and energy to her role as mayor. Indeed, as many also know here tonight, she's got a wonderful organisational skills, which combined with her great focus and powers of persuasion, will, I'm sure, ensure that everyone here tonight gets involved in her year and the events that indeed are already planned. So I'm further delighted as well that one of my former mayoral chosen charities, which I probably shouldn't disclose right at this moment, is to be one of hers too, and another great charity local as well. And I look forward to joining a great fundraising year. Madam Mayor, in short, Councillor Howard will be a worthy successor to yourself, and will, I'm sure, ensure that we all enjoy a great year. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I too would like to support the nomination of Councillor Janice Howard as the next Mayor of Merton for the year 2019-20. I think Councillor Janice Howard will be an amazing Mayor of this borough, and she is well deserving of this nomination tonight. Councillor Janice Howard has some very key attributes which I think will make her year very successful. So just run through a couple of them. She is very friendly and gets on well with many people from many different walks of life, including across the chamber in this council. Attention to detail and event planning, which will come very handy for her mayoral events. I'm already looking forward to her mayoral board in 2020. And also, Janice socialising enjoys good food and good drink, which is key to good fundraising parties and events. From a personal perspective, I will be disappointed to miss out on my regular nutritional meals I have at Shay Howard's regularly on Sunday evenings, as I imagine Janice will be rather busy throughout this upcoming year. Madam Mayor, Councillor Howard will be a great mayor and a great follow-up from yourself, and I support her nomination as the next mayor of Merton. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And firstly, I would like to welcome the Deputy Lieutenant of Merton, Claire Whelan, who is also here, and she is the chair of the LMA, the Mayor's Association. Welcome, Claire. I support the nomination of Councillor Janice Howard. She has, as the leader said, joined the council of Wimbledon Park Ward in 2010, and she has lived in the borough since 1990. She has performed many duties in the council: Vice Chair for General Purposes Committee, Shadow Cabinet Member for Health and Wellbeing, Shadow Spokesperson for Culture and Leisure, a member of Field Marching Advisory Board, and also the Compact Board. An active member of David Lloyd, and she enjoys various activities such as Zumba, Pilates, and aqua classes. I am delighted to say that Merton has always raised the profile of the mayor, and it is great that the Labour Group have unanimously offered the mayor's role to a stunning and dedicated lady who has excellent skills with people and I am sure that this will go down very well with our community in Merton. I would also like to mention that at the executive meeting yesterday of the LMA forum, we were notified that for the first time in 50 years, Westminster Council has given the Lord Mayor of Westminster role to a female Labour councillor. This also shows that there is a real good factor in local government politics, and despite our political differences, we are supporting each other to raise the profile and also giving full support to local charities in the borough. I have no doubt whatsoever that Janice will be an excellent mayor, and she will continue working closely with the community in Merton, as she has always done in the past. Finally, the Lord Mayor of Westminster, Chair of the LMA, Claire Williams, the executive members of the LMA will be welcoming Janice and her consort to Westminster City Hall on the 1st of June for the usual training for the 32 London boroughs on the protocol to follow during the mayoral year. I wish her every success for the year and welcome her to the training ground. Thank you.
Is that agreed? Oh, sorry. Councillor Fairclough wishes to speak. Sorry.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just had some very brief comments of welcome best wishes from the Liberal Democrat group for Councillor Janice Howard and her nomination to that of the Mayor for this year. I simply wanted to say I think what's been very obvious to us is that Janice has a lightness of touch and an ability to work cross-party, and that she's shown through the cultural group and Phil Merton that I think we welcome. And so we've already agreed it, but they were my comments anyway. Welcome and best of luck to Janice and her consorts. Thank you.
Is that agreed? I'm pleased to announce that Councillor Janice Howard has been duly elected Mayor of the London Borough of Merton for the municipal year 2019-2020. Would Councillor Morden and Councillor Breton please bring Councillor Janice Howard to the chair. For the forthcoming year, and I'd like to wish you all the best for your mayoral year.
The Mayor and the Chief Executive will sign the Declaration of Acceptance of Office, and the Mayor will receive her chain and badge of office. The Mayor will announce the Deputy Mayor for the forthcoming year.
I'm pleased to announce Councillor Edward Foley as my deputy for the coming year. Would you please come forward?
The Deputy Mayor and Chief Executive will now sign the Declaration of Acceptance of Office, and the Deputy Mayor will receive his badge of office. The Mayor will announce her consorts and her arrangements for the chaplaincy.
I'm pleased to announce that Andrew Howard, Isabella Howard, Benedict Howard will be my consorts for the year, and Father Simon Peake will be my chaplain.
Councillor Andrew Howard will be presented with the badge of office, and Father Simon Peake will be presented with the cross. The Deputy Mayor will announce his consorts.
I'm pleased to announce my consorts will be Miranda Foley, Annabelle Foley and Sam Foley.
The Deputy Mayor's consort will be presented with her badge of office. The Mayor's executive assistants will now present flowers to the Mayor, Mayor's consort and the Deputy Mayor's consort. now return to their seats and the Mayor's statement. The Mayor will now present the outgoing Mayor and consorts with their badges. The Mayor's Executive Assistant will present flowers to Councillor Mary Curtin, Mary Bateman and Dolores Bismuth. The Mayor will now present the outgoing Deputy Mayor and consort with their badges. and the Mayor's Executive Assistant will present flowers to Councillor Geraldine Stanford. Would you all now please stand as the Mayor takes her place and vote?
Please be seated. I'd like to thank you all for electing me as Mayor of Merton for the forthcoming year. It is a great honour and privilege to be representing the London Borough of Merton. I'll do my best to chair your meetings impartially and represent the whole community for the next municipal year, as was done so well by outgoing Mayor Councillor Mary Curtin. I moved to the London Borough of Merton in January 1990, having lost both my parents within 12 months. I immediately realised Merton was a great borough to live in, marry and raise a family. I was first elected a councillor in 2010, and through many committees and boards have recently been part of the Health and Wellbeing Board. This gave me a real insight into the lives of the people of Merton and the many challenges they face. I have therefore chosen two principal charities to support, which both aim to help the people of Merton. The first of these has in fact been the Mayor's charity before. Councillor Linda Kirby was instrumental in setting up Faith in Action, a multi-faith charity looking after the homeless in Merton, providing a drop-in centre 2 days a week, offering meals, showering, laundry, change of clothes, haircuts, food parcels, sleeping bags, and help with benefits and job applications. Faith in Action relies on local volunteers who dedicate their time, support and skills to help the most vulnerable people. The other charity will be Macmillan Cancer Support, who have a local fundraising project for an ambulatory oncology care unit at St George's Hospital. St George's looks after 2/3 of cancer patients from the Borough of Merton. This unit will allow cancer patients suffering from conditions and complaints associated with the disease to be seen by a specialist as day patients, thereby removing the stress of attending A&E and in many cases being admitted to hospital for treatment. I am delighted that representatives from both charities have joined us here tonight, and there will be an opportunity to speak to them at the reception after this meeting if you'd like to know more. I have already secured 2 key dates for your diary: the Mayor's Christmas dinner on Saturday the 30th of November at the Wimbledon Club, and the Mayor's Ball at the All England Club for the 25th of April 2020. I hope that you will ink these dates in your diary. You will need to book early to avoid disappointment. I hope you will join me for a drink in Merton Junction at the conclusion of the official business. For those who are not familiar with the Civic Centre, there will be ushers giving directions. I'll leave it there for now, as I will also say a few words later tonight at the reception. Thank you. I would like to call on the Leader of the Council to move the vote of thanks.
Welcome, Madam Mayor, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to move the vote of thanks for our outgoing Mayor, Councillor Mary Curtin. At the time of her election as Mayor last year, Councillor Mary Curtin had completed just 4 years as a councillor in Lower Morden Ward. From her time as Mayor this past year, you would have thought that she'd been a councillor for many, many years, given the way she's conducted herself as our first citizen of this, our great borough of Merton. The news of her election did not go unnoticed back in her native island and was covered by the local NANAG Guardian, the equivalent of our Wimbledon Guardian, but with a few more pages, and lo and behold, stories relevant to the area. Her election to Mayor was also featured by the mighty Tipperary Star, read throughout Ireland. Now that elicited not just distant relatives, but also old schoolmates getting in touch to find out what on earth was going on. And so it soon became the gossip of the village about how a Tipperary lass was now Mayor of a London borough. How did Mary react? As she always does, Madam Mayor, she got on with the job. Before beginning life in active politics, Councillor Curtin was a nurse in the NHS and then went on to set up and administer Friends in St Helier, or FISH, as we all fondly call it. Councillor Mary Curtin was of course born in Nana, Tipperary, where they would not let their lasses leave home till the age of 18, I understand. Until that age, she was always upfront with her values in respect of others, hardworking, and loved her family life. Mary was certainly upfront as a centre forward for her county when playing Irish hurling, or camogie as it is called. Camogie. Thank you. Got that one wrong. And she scored many goals worth a valuable 3 points when placing the ball under the bar. I didn't know if they used the offside rule, but Mary would use all means, legal or otherwise, to score goals for her beloved county. But her main goal was to travel, so, aged just 18, the determined Mary came to England in 1960 in response to the government's call for nurses to work in the expanding NHS. She would go on to spend many, many years in the NHS, working in both general and mental health nursing. And which hospital did she work in? And in which accommodation did she stay in, may you ask, back then in the swinging 60s? Why, St Helier Hospital, of course. And she stayed in the then nursing accommodation in Ferguson House, of course. It is no surprise, therefore, that Councillor Mary Curtin made FISH an official charity of her year of office. She also selected the Colour House Children's Theatre in Merton Abbey Mills, which has been bringing the wonder of live theatre to children for more than 20 years. Councillor Curtin has raised not 50,000, not 60,000, Madam Mayor, but more than 70,000 for her 2 charities during her year as Mayor. Her Irish roots and the love of the music and dance of the country were reflected in many memorable events. An evening to mark St Patrick's Day was held in Wimbledon's Irish Centre, and the annual Mayor's Ball had an Irish theme. The ball at the All England Tennis Club was well sold out and featured a fresh Gaelic menu of lamb, cacanan, is that right? And spring greens. Young dancers from World Medal holding Irish Dance Academy, Nye Holman, wowed the audience with their skilled display. Many of Councillor Mary Curtin's 250 engagements were aimed at families. She presided over the Easter egg hunt to be organised by a mayor in the borough, the first ever. This was held in Morden Park over the Easter weekend and attracted more than 1,700 people. Councillor Curtin opened a new family-friendly leisure centre in Morden and was delighted to launch Merton's first sensory library. Councillor Curtin attended the annual Remembrance Day service, 100 years after the hostilities of World War had ceased. She also marked this important centenary at a special service at Mitcham War Memorial, where she commemorated the war hero William Allison White, a recipient of the Victoria Cross. For Councillor Curtin, the year brought many other highlights, from a seat in the Royal Box at the Wimbledon Championships to be inspired by Merton's homeless drop-in at the Salvation Army Hall. Another legacy of her time as a mayor will be a new friendship group for people recently bereaved, which will meet in Mitcham and be a valuable resource in the east of the borough, Madam Mayor. The Mayor has been supported in her work by Deputy Mayor Councillor Geraldine Stanford and her consorts, her son William and friends Mari Bateman and Dolores Bismouth. According to Councillor Mary Curtin, being elected Mayor was a privilege and an honour. She has approached her many engagements with dignity, compassion and a sense of fun during a year of office dedicated to bringing people together. Putting aside a chain of office, Councillor Curtin hopes to return to help in the kitchens at Merton's homeless drop-in at the Salvation Army Hall and to continue to officiate at Merton's citizenship ceremonies whenever she can. But now, Madam Mayor, enough from me, because we now need to resolve unanimously that the Council places on record its sincere thanks and appreciation to Councillor Mary Curtin for the dedicated manner in which she has served as Mayor of the London Borough of Merton for the year 2018 to 2019. I beg so to move, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
I'd like to call on Councillor Nick McLean to second the vote of thanks.
Thank you and welcome, Madam Mayor. As a first-year councillor, I have now had the opportunity to witness the immense commitment that a successful mayoralty requires, and Councillor Curtin has certainly given that commitment to both the mayoralty and, by extension, the residents of the London Borough of Merton. Madam Mayor, I volunteered along with Councillors Sally Kenny and Dennis Pearce at this year's Friends in St Heliers Easter Lunch, one of Councillor Curtin's chosen charities. It was a wonderful experience and one I will be repeating. By volunteering, I was able to see firsthand the exceptional work that Nicola, Andy and the many other FISH volunteers do to ensure the elderly residents of our borough are not forgotten. And Councillor Curtin has been an integral part of this important and rewarding organisation for over 35 years. I would also like to congratulate Councillor Curtin and her team on an excellent Mayor's Ball held at the All England Club. The event was entertaining, relaxed and fun. I would also like to take this opportunity at this stage to thank the Deputy Mayor and the constables. Madam Mayor, during her mayoralty, Councillor Curtin has participated in well over 300 engagements and raised approaching £80,000 for her chosen charities, the Colour House Children's Theatre and the Friends in St Helier. I am sure we all agree quite the achievement. Therefore, it was a great pleasure that I second this vote of thanks and commend the citation.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and welcome also. I wanted to express the thanks from my group to the outgoing Mayor, Councillor Curtin, and her consorts, and Councillor Stanford as well, and the work they've done in the mayoral year. I think I remember from this time last year, when appointed, Councillor Curtin spoke about her desire to work to build a Merton family, and I think that really spoke to me as the sort of concept of the community as a family is a really important one. And I think it's what we all do as councillors. We all work hard to build meaningful relationships between different communities, so I'd like to thank Mary for her support in the very, very first interfaith iftar that was held in Merton this time last year in West Barnes Library, of which you attended and you spoke. We're very grateful. Bringing together different communities to celebrate the breaking of fast. And you also spoke at the second one, which was this week at the Tooting and Mitcham Community Sports Club. A larger event with representatives from the police, community groups and a number of councillors, so thank you all for attending that. And lastly, I wanted to touch on the fantastic centenary remembrance events that I got to share with you, the events at Mitcham War Memorial and before that the one at the Nelson. They were quite touching, especially I think at a time of conflict in the world. Lastly, I got to share the journey with you between the two as well. We didn't quite leave enough time, I don't think, to get from the Nelson to Mitcham, and I got to go in the mayoral car, which was a highlight. I'll only note that it's probably fortunate that the administration's desire to bring you 20 mile-an-hour speed limits hasn't yet been implemented, because we did just about make it. But thank you very much, Mary, for your work. It's been great here. Thank you.
Councillor Peter Southgate.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor, and welcome too from us here in Merton Park. Well, it's fashionable nowadays, isn't it, to claim that we are on a journey, when we're not on a journey at all, in the sense of moving from A to B. We're transitioning from one organisational arrangement to another in the hope of making things better. Well, in recent years, our mayors have made real journeys over continents and oceans to arrive here in Merton. They've come from Jamaica, they've come from Nigeria, they've come from Guyana, and they've all achieved the recognition that comes with being elected the first citizen of our borough. And so too our retiring mayor, Councillor Mary Curtin. Back in 1960, Mary came from Tipperary to serve in the NHS. Now, Tipperary may not be as far away as the Caribbean, but that journey represented a vast leap between different cultures nearly 60 years ago. To misquote the old song from the First World War, it's a long way from Tipperary, to change the ending as well, but my heart lies here in Merton. Mary has dedicated her life here to the service of others, her working life in the NHS, then being instrumental in starting, for instance, in Helia, long before she became a councillor. Fish does so much to support our elderly population, whose numbers are growing all the time, of course, to combat loneliness and isolation through providing companionship and practical support through its lunch clubs. Mary's other charity for the past year has been the Colour House Theatre. A number of us enjoyed an evening of cabaret in its intimate setting last summer. We were really bowled over by the impressive talent of the young local performers that was on display. Now, the House comedian had clearly been briefed that the mayor would not tolerate anything smutty. Denied his usual material, he struggled on for a while, risked one joke that was borderline blue, caught the steely glare of disapproval from the royal box, and announced he was cutting his set short, which he duly did. Our mayor is a lady of strong moral convictions and religious beliefs, in case we didn't already know. I'd like to finish by congratulating the mayor on her initiative in setting up a meeting here in the chamber, bringing together two voluntary organisations set out to help those recently bereaved, one based in Rains Park, the other around the Sacred Heart Church in Edge Hill. That was an evening of powerful and quite moving presentations, and it was an initiative that we hope will inspire others, and indeed I'm glad to hear it has inspired others, to set up similar organisations in other parts of the borough. So, thank you, Mary, for all you've done for us in a very full mayoral year.
Councillor Sally Kenny.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and welcome to your year. Mary, I'm most happy to thank you for all you have done in your mayoral year. You have been a credit to the mayoralty, and I know that you have taken this role as a great honour. Throughout your year, you've been dignified, committed, and very hard-working. You have thoroughly enjoyed every occasion, meeting and experience, and treated each one with commitment and enthusiasm. Your care and concern for people has shone through in all you have undertaken. You have shown genuine interest in all you have met, generating warmth and concern, building valuable and meaningful relationships. Your desire has been to support, help and encourage all people in Merton and indeed beyond. You have shown appreciation to all who have supported you. You have valued with gratitude the teamwork which has created your amazing year as mayor. Councillor Mary Curtin, you will be missed by those who have worked with you and benefited from your commitment and care. You have raised valuable funding for your two charities, which will enormously benefit these organisations. I know they greatly appreciate your support and have been superbly supportive to you. Congratulations on your superb year. You have been dignified in your mayoral year and we are very proud of you, especially Team Morden. However, now it's back to Lower Morden and we're delighted to welcome you home with open arms. We've missed you.
Does any other member wish to speak? Is the vote of thanks agreed? Agreed. Councillor Mary Curtin, would you like to respond?
Ladies and gentlemen, what a year this has been. And thank you, Madam Mayor, for allowing me to speak tonight. So far, this year, over £80,000 has been donated. Money that will help Colour House Theatre and Friends in St. Helier continue with the outstanding work in making a huge difference to local people and changing lives for the better. On their behalf and from the bottom of my heart, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has supported my mayoral year. I am so grateful for everything this borough has offered me. It is a place I call home. It has been an exciting and engaging memorial year, visiting many places, some familiar ones, meeting new friends, connecting with old ones, and understanding the many facets of what makes Merton a borough of choice to work, live, and raise families in. Is this that continues to bring people to this country and to our borough? Over the last year, I've seen in the community many people making a difference. Helping other people to build a better life is something I've seen in all parts of Merton, across all ages, religions, ethnicities, and levels of income, people working hard, doing their best for their families and communities, and making our little bit of the world a better place to live. We are so very lucky that others choose to make their home here and make such a positive contribution. The last year has been truly amazing, but none of this could have been done without some wonderful people who've worked so hard and given their precious time and exceptional understanding to helping me in my mayoralty. In particular, I would like to thank my consuls, Mary Bateman, Dolores Bismuth, and my son William. Geraldine Stanford, my deputy mayor, who supported her all in visiting all parts of the borough, and her consort, Roger Norman. Special mention should also go to my Lower Morden ward colleagues, Stan Anderson and Sally Kenny, for their unstinting support and friendship. And now to the charities, in particular Nicola Butrego, and Andy Foote, Peter Walder and Charlie Shakespeare. Thank you. The Charity Fundraising Committee. Time will not permit me to name every member, but thank you all, you know who you are. The New Year's Day team. You, my fellow councillors. Jed and his team. Andy Butcher from Merton and Morden Guild for organising the first ever Mayor's Easter Egg Hunt in Morden Park. So many people to thank. And of course the wonderful staff at the Mayor's office. Sandra Folks, Carl Brown, Steve Vincent and Mick Dawn, who have provided unstinting help and support. Finally, I would like to say a big thank you to the people of Merton, in particular those groups who included me in their events over the course of the year and made me feel ever so welcome. And it is fitting, I think, and I thank Councillor Draper for this. He invited me to hand out some certificates for volunteers in Merton yesterday. And this sums up Merton. He's got 545 volunteers together to help out with the libraries, and I congratulate him for that, and I thank you for inviting me yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, it's said that home is where the heart is. It's been quite a good year, quite a journey, and I'm so proud to say my heart belongs to Merton, my home. Thank you to Madam Mayor, and I wish you all the best for a wonderful year, and enjoy.
The Mayor will now present Councillor Mary Curtin with a framed copy of the citation. Councillors may remain seated. That concludes the ceremonial part of the meeting, and the Council will now proceed with its formal business.
We are now on to item 6, approval of the minutes. Are the minutes of the last council meeting agreed as a correct record?
Agreed.
Item 7. We will now deal with the constitution of committees and other bodies report, including the tabled appendices to the report. I call upon the Leader of the Council to present this report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Welcome again. So as we have a number of guests here at this meeting, it still feels it is your meeting. Nevertheless, I do like to present the constitution of committees and other bodies and the relevant appendices. And there is just one typo that I will deal with Democratic Services, but I'll present these to this august meeting tonight in your honour, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Do we have a seconder?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll second the reserve my right to back to you.
I have the following listed to speak. Councillor Pamela.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to commend and welcome. I'd like to commend the leader of his hard work. Appendix D that's just come out has got many changes to portfolios. I can expect more on the demise of Councillor Brunt's empire. I'm not here to praise him, although I would. I thought he did a good job. But I was expecting the esteemed leader to bury his portfolio that are under piles of rubbish uncollected in Merton. It makes sense, of course. Councillor Byers had a tiny portfolio. Health. It's absolutely logical to add the trifle of waste, particularly given the fine, well-oiled machine Councillor Brunt has bequeathed him. But where is scrutiny in all of this? These portfolios have been rearranged without any discussion with opposition parties, no discussion about what might. Yes, scrutiny works, Councillor Ambritas. That moves me on to the wider issue, scrutiny in general. Yet again, chairs have been appointed by the executive that will scrutinise them. Chairs of scrutiny have been appointed by the executive that will scrutinise them. How does that make sense? We all know the councils that fail are the councils that don't have proper scrutiny, as we saw most recently in Northamptonshire. Why not trust your backbenchers, Councillor Ambritas? Why not use a secret ballot to appoint chairs of scrutiny? After all, I hear Labour councillors are keen for something similar when appointing their group leader. Let us resolve next year to have a truly independent scrutiny process, one that provides vigorous and searching process, but thereby helping you, Councillor Ambritas, your cabinet, this council, and most importantly, the residents of Merton. Thank you.
Councillor Ambritas, would you like to use your right to reply? Councillor.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And I am sorry to you that what is supposed to be a dignified and unpolitical occasion has been used in this way. There are very many meetings of the council, very many appropriate ways that the councillor can raise concerns about this, and I think it's very undignified of him to have raised them in this way at this time at your meeting. I am sure that other members agree with me on that. I would simply point out to our colleague, since he is the parliamentary candidate for a political party, who will be out asking people for votes, that if he wants to get votes from people who haven't voted for him in the past, it is not a good idea to moan at them, to take advantage of opportunism in order to castigate people in this way. It's a much better approach, surely, when you're asking people who are Remainers, for instance, and there are many Remainers in this room, to lend their votes to you, to then use opportunities to score cheap political points in this way, and to undermine a very dignified and important occasion in this way. Our leader is an excellent leader. He's won three local elections, which hasn't been achieved in this council before, and I think that all of us on this sofa, he deserves the right to choose his cabinet in this way, and we as a council deserve the right to appoint people to the committees that we choose in our own political parties without an event like this being taken over in this way. It's really very sad, and I hope that the councillor will think again before he does something like this in the future, certainly if he wants to be an MP for Wimbledon, which is a great constituency that we all love.
If there are no further speakers, we will move to a vote. Is that agreed? Agreed. That concludes this annual council meeting. Thank you for your attendance, and I'll see you all for the reception in Merton.